The black community is in distress. We have black guys running around doing God knows what, and I don't call them men. I don't just resort to calling guys men because they're males and they're over the age of 18. I don't do that. You're not a man in my opinion. Y'all gonna hear a lot of my little talking points, my little rhetoric on this little monologue, but I believe that a man needs to have four pillars intact. Those four pillars will be that of a provider. Think about a provider in terms of a woman and children, and then think of a provider in terms of being a single individual. So you have to be a provider, you have to be a protector. Think of a protector in terms again of women and children, and then think of it again in terms of being a single individual. You have to be a lover and you have to be a leader. Those are the four pillars: provider, protector, lover, leader. Now, I typically say it lover, leader, provider, protector. I think it just flows better. But it starts with provision. It does not start with love. It does not start with leadership. It does not start with protection. It starts with provision. The most important of the four, if you were trying to extrapolate one out and say, can this one supersede the other ones? And that is leadership. Leadership is the most important of the four. However, it doesn't start with leadership. It starts with provision. So a man must be able to love himself, lead himself, provide for himself, and protect himself. If he has a woman and or children, he must be able to love him and them, her and the children, lead himself, lead them, her and the children, provide and protect himself, her and the children. Now, let me break down what those four are so there's no misconceptions. And if you disagree, by all means, state your case. A man must provide everything that is a financial need. 100% of the financial needs of the family is his responsibility. Now, if he cannot meet 100% of the needs, that is okay in certain instances. For example, if a woman sees this man and he has the intangibles that she wants, she's like, you know what? He's the kind of man I want to be with. Then that woman needs to put aside this idea that he has to provide all the financial needs if he can't currently do so. Now, I don't think the mountain of providing all the financial needs is as tall as people make it out to be. They want to make it out to be Mount Everest, and I don't think that's the case. When you provide everything as a financial need, you have to meet a woman who can get on your program and understand you make what you make. And if she can't submit to your income, then that is her problem. Don't let it be your problem. Get rid of her. A man is to pay the rent or mortgage, the utilities, and whatever necessities. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about necessities. I am not talking about wants, passions, and desires. I don't care what her wants are. I care that her needs are met. If she needs tampons, he needs to make sure he can supply that. If she needs an Excedrin, a Tylenol, pampering, whatever it is that she need, he must make sure he can make that a reality. And if he cannot, and she still chooses to be with him, then that's on her. Then they do it collectively as a team. But the reason why this is so important is because, again, you have to remove the woman and or children out, and he should still be able to sustain. If a man cannot sustain on his own, then he is not fit to call himself a man. That's just the reality of it. But yes, so what? He's 18. He's an adult. He's not a man. He may be a man in training. He may be something, but he ain't a man. Now, I think you have to look at it from a logical sense. It's say, well, would we ever look at a guy and be like, oh man, he's a man that can't pay his own bills? We wouldn't. We just wouldn't. We wouldn't. Now, maybe this is not legal, but it's a social construct that I'm trying to get you to dissect. I'm trying to get you to, as I dissect it, I'm trying to get you to incorporate it. Just listen to it. And if it makes sense, incorporate it into your life. So I look at a woman and I say, hey, if this man is over here and he makes $45,000 a year, let's just go with that. $45,000 a year. Put him around the average man. If he has his own place, can you come over there and stay for a day without him needing you to contribute? Yes. Can you come over and stay for a week without him needing you to contribute? Yes. Can you come over and stay for a month without him needing you to contribute? If the answer to that last question is yes, then how come he can't repeat that 12 months out the year? Now it gets a little tricky when you start incorporating her needs. Now, her needs, remember, she understands he only makes $45,000 a year. So she has to come with the bare minimum of necessities. She can't come in and start claiming certain wants as necessities. No, baby girl, you don't need that. It does not come. You can come into this man domain and live and not have to worry about the burden of producing a dollar to support the family. Now, obviously, when it comes to children, you don't have more children than income. If your money doesn't stretch across 4 people, don't bring 2 kids into this world. If your money only stretches between the 2 of you, it's just the 2 of you. Now, if your money can expand to a 3rd person, then you can have a kid. Keep in mind, you don't want the system raising your kid. We really don't want our kids in public schools. Most people who I'm talking about can't afford private school. So who's going to be the teacher of those children or that child? The mother. We don't need to worry about her being home with the kids. She already don't work. Or we don't rely on her income. So who cares if she quit her job? Let her stay home. Anyways, I didn't beat that dead horse enough. We can go deeper into it, but I just want to give you guys the overview, kind of help you understand and dive a little bit below the surface. Now, next, we're going to move over to a protector. Guys talk so tough on social media. Everybody is this, bang, bang, shoot them up. Come see me, pull up. What's the addy? Come on. The reality is this. If I put myself between my woman and danger, I'm doing my job. I may fail at my job. We don't all succeed at being protectors. We don't. But that doesn't mean we don't try. If you don't have weapons or you're not good with weapons or you can't fight and you step in front of your woman and or danger, sir, you are protecting her to the best of your ability, even if you get mollywopped. It is what it is. Danger meets you before it meets your woman and or your children. Now, if there's no women and children, obviously, we do this. This is the best practice. You try to avoid conflict. You try to de-escalate conflict. But if you must adhere to the conflict, then you do what you got to do. And you make sure the danger don't meet your woman and or your children before it meets you. If that don't make sense to y'all, then I don't know what will make sense to you. Next, you have lover. We all fail at this from time to time, but that doesn't mean we don't try. We figure out what our woman's love language is. We figure out how to fill her love tank. And I try to teach young brothers, when you're entertaining a woman, you love that woman downhill. Don't love that woman uphill. What I mean by that is, if her love language is receiving gifts, of the 5 love languages, that's physical touch, quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, and receiving gifts. If her love language is receiving gifts and you're not financially, you ain't got it like that. Or you just don't have the mindset to just be like, oh, constantly think about going out and getting gifts and trying to get creative in that department. Don't deal with a woman whose love language is receiving gifts, because that will be you loving her uphill. You may get it right one day. 1 week, you may get it right. 1 month, you may even knock it out the park, but you're not going to be able to sustain that. You're not going to be able to sustain that. So don't even get involved with it. Just leave it alone. She could be the most beautiful woman you've ever met. She could be docile, submissive, loving, yada, yada, yada. She could be the whole 9. Like, man, the best specimen of a woman I've ever met in my life. And then when you start getting to know her, you realize her love language is receiving gifts. Ooh, bro. That's how you speak to her. That's how you communicate that she matters. And if you can't sustain that, I don't care how great she is, she's not going to feel loved. She's not going to feel loved, bro. Find a woman you can love downhill. Let's say, for example, your woman loves words of affirmation. If you got the gift of gab, if you like to talk, if you like to shower your woman with compliments, as long as your compliments are not just sexual in nature, I'm sure your woman's love tank is going to stay filled. And you don't have to try so hard to love on her, because love is not easy, but it shouldn't be hard. Love is hard when two people who shouldn't be loving on each other is trying to love on each other. And we got a plethora of black men trying to love black women and black women trying to love black men that they're just not compatible for. And they wonder why they're bumping heads left and right. Find someone you can love downhill. Lastly, leadership. Wait, I'm sorry, let me back up. You as a guy, you gotta love on yourself too. Try to eat healthy, exercise. Make sure you this segues over into leadership, but make sure you get you a group of friends that can love on you and support you. You loving on yourself is also you finding the right people who can love on you. Now, I do a terrible job of finding the right people who can love on me. I kind of weed them out with my rhetoric. People hate my strong critique of things. And so they tend to just shy away from me. And hey, it is what it is. I don't need a lot of friends. I have a woman and I have children. I have siblings, I have cousins, I have family, and I have friends. I have colleagues, I have clients. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe that my woman and my clients will be there for me before most of my friends, most of my family, most of my kids. That's my belief. I could be wrong. But the rapport that you develop with clients, you'll be surprised how much clients care about your overall well-being and your overall success. Your family and friends oftentimes will say they do, but then you look at how do you gauge that? You gauge it with time and resources, time and resources, time and resources. That of which you put your time or your resources into, that is what you care about. Ask yourself, how many of your family members put time and resources in you? Not many. It is what it is. If you don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it. If it hurt to hear it, hurt to hear it. If you think I'm wrong, send a request. You as an individual have to learn to love on yourself. And it's not easy all the time. It's not easy. That's why I said learn to love on yourself. That's why so many people talk about, oh, I'm going through my healing journey, my healing journey. No, 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 no. You don't need to heal. You need to learn to love yourself. If you want to call that healing, sure, then heal. I don't call that healing. Learning to love on yourself is intentional. It's intentional. Lastly, we talk about leadership. You as a man need to lead your woman and or your children. How do you determine if your woman is following your leadership? You have to, I don't like saying test her. I don't believe in testing people. If you want to test people, if that's your method, then do what you do. I don't believe in testing people because I don't want to put you in a situation for you to fail and then say, well, I was trying to see if you could pass. No, don't test me. Don't test me. I don't want nobody testing me. So I'm not going to test anyone. But I am going to directly tell you no to something you want, you desire, and I have the means to provide without you losing respect for me. If you choose to stop loving me, respecting me, supporting me, doing the things I need because I said no to you, then you're not fit for my leadership. And I ain't got to worry about you leaving me because I excommunicate you. No is a powerful word, and we need to learn to exercise it. We need to learn to be consistent with exercising. I don't mean like saying it all the time. I'm just saying consistently say it when it's appropriate. No. And let your no be no. If someone asks why, be like, I really don't want to tell you why. The answer is no. Can you accept the answer being no? And if they can't accept the answer being no, then maybe that person shouldn't be in your life. Because leaders don't pick who follow them. Followers pick who lead them. I don't pick that I'm my woman's leader. She picked that I'm her leader. Now, if it comes to a point where she don't think I'm fit to lead, she ain't gonna keep following. Trust me, leaders never have to worry about firing followers, because a follower will fire you fast as hell if they don't want to follow you no more. They'll be like, nah, Jack, I don't like what you said. I don't like how you moving. You ain't my leader no more. That just is what it is. You have to be able to tell your woman no to something that she wants and or desires that you have the means to provide without her losing respect for you. Now, I'm not going to dive too much deeper into that. I want to segue that into something else, and then I'm gonna wrap this thing up, because I don't know. I don't know if my man JR got anybody waiting to cam up to express any disagreements, any grievances. That's what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to clear the air, help you guys figure out if I'm full of shit, or if I have some insight that you can probably gain some wisdom from without the distraction of 9 other people on the panel interrupting me when I'm cooking as the chef that I am. Yes, yes, I'm being what you would call arrogant. I think I know everything that I talk about. Yeah, I do. Because I don't get on a microphone and arrogantly talk about stuff that I know I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, you can enlighten me and help me realize that I'm wrong. But if I know I'm wrong, I'm not going to talk about it. Why in the hell would I get on a panel or a platform and just verbalize ish that I know is inaccurate? Why would I do that? Only an idiot would do that. I'm not an idiot. So I got a question for y'all. A little food for thought as we wrap this up. My man JR did a broadcast the other day about the statue that they put up in New York City in Times Square. I didn't get a chance to really listen to the broadcast, but I saw a clip and I wanted to go further into it. And me and my lady was talking about it, and she made me think of something interesting. I said, yeah, I'm gonna share that. Oh yeah, and I do give credit where credit is due. If it's somebody else's idea, I don't steal it and act like it's mine. So I'm gonna tell you what I want to say, and then I'm gonna tell you what she said, or I'm gonna do it vice versa, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna go mine first. So hold on real quick, because this is gonna offend a lot of y'all. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna offend a lot of y'all. It's gonna offend some brothers I know. It's definitely gonna offend you, some of you women. Some of y'all gonna say, I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm okay with either. Again, that's what this is for. This is a smoke show, ladies and gentlemen. So if you got some smoke, cam up. I've said this about 2 years ago for the first time. I believe I said it on a public platform. I haven't said it much as of late because people don't listen. They just get in their feelings. They want to argue. They want to name call. They want to try to dump dive into my personal life. I say that women who show their cleavage are hoes. Yeah, I said it. If you're a woman and you showing your cleavage, you a hoe. I, I know. I know you don't agree. I know you probably feel some kind of way about it. Who is he? What? Da, 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 da. It's unfortunate that as a man who may be single or a man that's in a relationship, that we have to walk around and be exposed to intimate body parts of women who don't want us to be intimately involved with them, especially with those body parts. Now I'm not understanding the buttocks area, the vaginal area, the inner thigh area, the breast area. Those are all areas that women determine are extremely private, that they don't want people just having access to. I'm going to repeat it. The buttocks area, the vaginal area, the inner thigh area, and the breast area. Now, obviously, they don't want you just groping there, touching their hands and their legs and arms, shoulders. There's all types of ways you can touch a woman in a sensual way. But we're talking about the obvious areas that if you touch these areas, there's no question whatsoever it's sexual harassment. So why are we freely flaunting these areas? Why is it that I have to look at one of my homeboys' wives and see damn near her whole breast except her nipples? Now, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. This is just me. This is just me. I think me and my woman had some conversations about this where we weren't necessarily in full agreement. I can't recall, but there's this idea that it's appropriate for women to wear two-piece swimsuits. This notion, right? We do it all over the planet, all over the planet. You got women wearing two-piece swimsuits, thong swimsuits, all the butt cheeks are all out. But somehow it's inappropriate to see a woman in her bra and panties. It's different material, you say. It's a different intent, you say. I don't look at intent. If I want to see your woman in her bra and panties and you have a problem with it, I just got to invite y'all to the beach or invite y'all to the pool and I get to see your woman in her bra and panties. Help me understand the logic. You are okay with me looking at your woman's breasts, her buttocks, her inner thigh, and damn near her vaginal area because it's a swimsuit. You a dumbass. I said it. You a dumbass. Now, I'm not gonna beat this dead horse. I'm gonna leave this right there. I'm gonna tie in what my woman said, and it's something that I'm going to talk about because I'm now moving to YouTube. I'm leaving Instagram alone. Today was my last day doing Instagram live. Everything now will be streamed through YouTube on my program, Clicking and Choose. I'm still gonna mess with my boy JR. I'm gonna come over here and do King Talk from time to time. Maybe a regular, I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. But yeah, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna go a little deeper into this. And I hope some of y'all dumbasses come over there and challenge me on my rhetoric so we can have some conversations about it and hopefully we can gain an understanding. But my woman asked the question. She said, and I really want to know the answer to this. What is supposed to be the image of the Black woman? Since that statue in New York City wasn't satisfactory, what is supposed to be the image of the Black woman? Somebody tell me, is she supposed to be wide in the waist, locks, short hair? Is she supposed to have a wig on? Is she supposed to have weave in her head? What is the image of the Black woman? Now, I'm not knocking that image. I think that statue in New York City is befitting of what a lot of our sisters look like. That don't mean all of our sisters look like that. But is there a prototypical look that we're going for? Are we going for a look that's sex appeal? Are we going for big mama look? What are we going for? Do we have a look or do we want to say we're all different? Do we just want to say we're all different, then get mad when someone create a statue that represents us since we're all different? That means if they would have brought out a statue where a woman was like 5'7" and weighed like 86 pounds, skinny as a string bean, that represents us too. Would we have a problem with that? Or do we just like the imagery that promotes the sensual parts of our ladies and make everything sex craze?